Hello YouTube, here's my boy.
Press the applications bell and the subscribe button in below.
And thank you.
And thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I have a few questions I'd like to ask. That's for the ones that's not here. You're still living in your home country. How many relatives do you stay in contact with on a constant basis? At least once a week. If you're like me, before I came here, my two kids that I love dearly, I rarely got to talk to them. Maybe, if I'm lucky, I might get to talk to them once a month. They were so busy. And my other relatives, they just had their own lives, and there just wasn't no communication except for one. I stayed in contact with one relative, and actually it was two, but one of them passed away about, time to do the math, about 8 years ago. And I stayed in contact with them up to the last moment. That's after I came here. And that's kind of sad, here, for those that don't understand the culture here, families, they stay in contact with one another, one way or another. And like the little community I live here, Grace's grandmother, she's got kids that live on different islands and one thing. But they manage to come and visit once a year, except during the pandemic. But now that they can travel between islands again, they made their visit this year, back in June. That's when the little community actually has their fiesta. And, they constantly, are in contact with her. She borrows Grace's mother's phone, or her sister, or even Grace's phone, and she gets to talk to her boys. And they're in contact with you. But when I was in the States, nothing like that. It was silence, except for the two I just told you about. Well, what it boils down to, the reason I'm talking about this, is that I got shocking news yesterday. My relative actually messaged me and wanted to talk, which is not uncommon. They do that on a regular basis. We normally talk at least twice a week, sometimes more. And that's fantastic. It's nice to have a contact in your home country and so forth. And we talk about general life events and one thing and another. And that's something, I don't know if everybody experiences that when in their home country, or when they get within retirement age or whatever. Is that a is that a trend? Now living here, I enjoy all this communication between the family, even with distant relatives that live other islands and so forth. even Grace's cousins that live away, they manage from time to time to make contact. And I find that something I know that even when I was growing up, it was tapering off. Did we get too busy to think about family? Did we get too busy to think about relatives that's not so close, but still their family? It's I can remember, we used to, when I was much younger, we had family reunions and so forth. Even that faded away. It just became non-existent. But my relative that called yesterday, I said called, but messaged them with them a call, and we was talking, and they wanted my address and information. I said, why? I said, we got phone there, you can contact me anytime. They said, well, I want to give you an early Christmas gift. I said, what do you mean? They said, well, we know that you are doing your best to offset your electricity, and because we've talked about it, and we know that you're doing your best to put money aside to upgrade it. Well, I want to make a contribution to that. A moment of silence. I had a loss for words. The reason I had a loss for words was there were many times in the States when I was home, things happened, and I was in desperate need of funds to pay for medical, one thing or another, and nobody ever made that offer. Nobody. So, but I was overwhelmed with joy. I don't know how to express myself in this case. Because, my solar operation, as y'all know, it's a little hobby of mine too, something I enjoy very much. Now, I don't know the amount that's going to be sent. That's irrelevant. It's the thought. I don't care if it's $5 or $1. It's the thought. And I don't know how to express myself to how much I appreciate their thoughtfulness and generosity. And it's just a fantastic feeling. And I'm not used to that. As a kid growing up, we didn't celebrate my birthday. I'll be honest with you, I can't remember a birthday cake. I don't remember any gifts, toys, one thing or another, as a child. Matter of fact, at Christmas time, I was lucky to get maybe an outfit of clothes and that occasional rare toy. So, for me, personally, I'm overwhelmed. I just don't know what to say. I really don't. So, as y'all are well aware of, I made a comment on the video a few days back that, we gotta increase on our electricity back to back from one month to the next. And which would slow my progress down because I have to spend more electricity than what I set aside to upgrade. And I'm just overwhelmed. I just don't know what to say. No. Living here in the Philippines, and for the relatives that I stay in contact with, there's very few, and we've all gotten closer, even though we're further apart. And what is it with that? No, we didn't have this connection. Even with my two kids, we've actually gotten closer since I've been living here. Once they become of that working age. So the Philippines is a blessing. It brings families closer, even though you don't have a face-to-face contact. And I want everybody out there to know, I really appreciate my subscribers. And I appreciate those that don't subscribe and actually view my videos. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, that my videos produces content that you enjoy, appreciate, and so forth. But I wanted everybody to know and be aware of something that actually give me a loss for words. And of course, I'm going to contact here in a little bit my relative and let them know that, it's not necessary to support me in any way, form, or fashion, because I'll manage. But I do appreciate the generosity. It's just overwhelming. So, well, I sometimes get your attention if you let it. I've been busy here, and I've actually gotten sidetracked and so forth. Everything going on. We're going to school. Things we necessarily have to do. I had to research and how to find a constant velocity joint axle assembly for her little van. The left side one, they're starting to pop when you make a turn. And I've actually found one. And want to have it installed. I couldn't find brand new. So it's a used part. Hopefully it's good. And I apologize for being that way. Just so much going on in the background that I usually don't elaborate on. Because I like to give information that's useful for people that plan on coming here. And I wanted to touch base on family values that has gotten more enlightenment since I've been here. And what I suggest, if you got family out there, contact them from time to time. Let them know you care. Even if you don't come here, that's something you need to do. You can just get a few minutes, if you get 2 or 3 minutes, just a phone call. Just make that contact. In other words, I'm asking people to get closer with their relatives. It's real time back. What we build all of us build our future on. But anyway, folks, I just want everybody to know how much I appreciate everybody. And I really thank you, and I do my best to answer the comments. Most of those that make comments know that. And if I miss you, it's not because I don't care. It just sometimes I get busy also, and I apologize for that. But anyway, folks, I wanted you to know that I appreciate everybody. So, if you don't mind, as usual, subscribe, like, and share. And everybody take care, and hopefully your health stays good.